We're here for another fight in Regiments, folks, but this time we're going to be playing as NATO forces. Advancing towards the enemy along a vast front line here. We are playing the skirmish mode of the game, but still allows us to get a lot of contact here with the enemy troops. So right now, we are just moving towards specific positions. There's, well, I should say, overwhelming amount of positions here near an air base. We don't have to attack any position specifically because it is the skirmish version. We're probably going to want to actually spread our forces out quite a bit. So I am, of course, moving forward here. Let me also get some of that mortar support and the Vulcan, the anti-air, if we can afford it. Looks like we can't. But just look at how pretty those tanks are, these vehicles. I mean, it just can't look any better than that. I even love the markings as well. Really nice target designators, or unit designators, I should say. Let's go ahead, get into Foxtrot here. Just keep an eye ahead. And with our infantry, I'm actually going to start moving to the urban position here. Make sure that the population is not in danger of Soviet attack. At least that's the hope. Now, we do have some artillery support, it looks like. But nothing special in artillery barrage to deliver a salvo of cluster rounds. So we do have some cluster bomb attacks, but I would like to have additional stuff. Again, unless they get an actual campaign for the American forces, I don't think that's going to be an option. So, of course, the game is still obviously being built, still in beta. But, I mean, it looks promising. It really does. Foxtrot is under our control. Nice. And actually, I'd like to send some support onto Alpha. Oop, sure enough, look at that. Enemy is already attacking. It's been a while since we've had a fight like this. Let's get the boys out. Oh man, look at that. Quite a fine assault. Of course, looks like the Soviets are well prepared to defend this area. And of course, look at that. We've got 30 minutes, of course, entirely to try and wipe them out. I think it's thanks to our tanks that we destroyed them here. Otherwise, we'd be in a whole lot of trouble. Let's see how that infantry's doing. We might just be able to move in. Oh, selected in the requisition panel. Now, hold on. Guys, we do get a new task force. I take back what I said. We might be able to try out a bunch of different American support. I really want to try out the Voodoo helicopter team. Let's see what it does. Plus, going to give us some guided missiles. So we don't actually have to unlock them via campaign in the skirmish mode. I like it. Let's get the M3 or the M3A2. Yeah. Looks like our tanks actually stumbled across a fight here with the enemy. Sure enough, Russian troops trying to break across the entire front. I'm doing whatever I can here to stop them, but there's a whole lot of tanks here. Look at that. Actually, I could actually use some air support. Good shooting so far. Man, these guys are going to have to retreat, I think. Yep, I'm going to retreat that tank column. Oh, nice hit. Nice hit by the boys. We need better than that, though, to hold on. All right, Golf is ours, and that's right on the edge of the airfield. So I do feel pretty confident there, but yeah, of course, we lost that group of tanks. All of that AT support from the infantry, though, is really, really helpful. See if we can call in a new task force. I guess we just have to wait, and we can bring in A-10 guided bombs here. You know what? Let's do it. On the enemy HQ, I think it would be a valuable target. Problem is, I think that they might actually be destroyed before that happens. So is it a waste? I'm not so sure. Those guided bombs in. There's our artillery support there, and look at that. Oh! Suppressed. They are panicking. Looks like dropping flares there. Let's advance, though, to Alpha here. Cut off the enemy entirely. And of course, I see why. They've got a Strela right there that can cause us a lot of panic, a lot of danger to all men involved in the air, of course. Yep, that HQ is trying to run away. We'll keep pushing forward. Already taken a nice central role here near the airfield, but of course, the more the merrier. So I'm going to bring in an additional tank squad. Anybody else we can afford as well. We don't need to drop anything there. I think the Allies have that under control. At least we hope they do. Also got to keep in mind, these infantry are out of their vehicles, but I don't believe these guys are. In any case, one of our infantry units is not deployed on foot. So here, of course, our goal is to try and take the entire airfield area. We've got Alpha, and actually we can stop these cut-off Russian troops here trying to escape. Oh, baby. Yep. Definitely a good idea to try to stop them. I'm going to get the infantry out. Just in case they get any closer. We don't need that sort of aggression over here. I'm going to push over here with this squad as well, and it looks like they're dropping artillery directly on us. So you know what? We're moving up as well, especially with our infantry squads. See definite Russian fire from those locations. And look at that. I'm not playing with a multiplayer, or, you know, with a friendly person multiplayer or anything like that, and yet the AI knows enough to drop indicators, so that's already pretty awesome. Yeah, we're going to call in some really nice anti-air here. Very expensive anti-air, unfortunately. There we go. Enemy BTRs. Did not expect that kind of resistance. We need to get there quickly with this infantry unit. It might even be best to pull the tank back, although our men are well trained. As you can see, they are holding on just barely. Come on. Definitely need that mortar support. Of course, the enemy riflemen are the biggest threat at the moment, so hopefully we can get some mortar support there that will knock them out. And these guys were getting shot at pretty badly as well. I think so far the most vicious fight we've had in Regiments. And of course, we are playing as NATO now, so typically we're playing as the Soviets, and we don't have situations this crazy. We could bring in a new task force. What I think I'm going to do is retreat with that infantry unit. Their infantry unit is also retreating, so I'm going to try to stop this one quickly. But I think it's actually going to annihilate our tank column if we're not careful here. It's just a recon unit, but it can provide some support, believe it or not. We're just getting hit from multiple locations. That really is the problem here. Bring the M1 in. Yeah, M2 infantry look like they're about to be completely destroyed. Gonna let them fall back. But look at that. We are just barely wiping out the BTR squads here. And I think we might be able to send the Russian infantry packing from this location. Of course, these woods have been a horrible place to fight for both sides. Oh, enemy artillery. They are not happy with those losses, that's for sure. Okay, situation evolves, taking hold new objective zones. Now we are getting some objective orders. I'm just going to take my tank and engage those T-64s before they start knocking our boys down. And yeah, look at that. So Charlie is a new objective point there. Or Bravo, at least. We're going to start moving towards Bravo. What we really need are some supply vehicles pretty soon to be able to regenerate these units. So you know what? Let's hope that we get supply. Armored task force, armored task force. Who brings in a supply vehicle? You know what? We're going to go with Fury in any case. Just because of the movie reference. That's the only reason. Bring in some M1 tanks. We do need some armored support anyway. Again, we just need some additional points coming in. And again, supply vehicles. Just looking around, who can be considered a supply vehicle? I don't think we have any supply vehicles here. Well, we'll just have to deal with it. Let's take Charlie back. Yep, T-72 approaching here. We're going to have to try and retreat here with our tank as well. Got another M1 group approaching, of course, but I'm trying to get that second one as quickly as possible. I don't necessarily want to use artillery right now. I don't think it would necessarily be a very wise choice. And in fact, I'm going to bring in another infantry squad over here to help defend the area. We've got some tank squads out there already. Zone capture. Of course, not much they can do at the moment. So try to take out that T-64. You know what? Considering the amount of enemy tanks, I'm really tempted to use some artillery or A-10 guided missiles. Retreat. No point in losing good tankers if we can just pull back for now. But again, having 2 tank squads at least on the field I think is going to be important in this fight. And we might need to call in that artillery. We want to hold on to Charlie at least. Now, that's going to be the helicopter air support. I can't wait to try it out. Well, might as well get something expensive, am I right? Here we go. Oh boy. Here come the Cobras. Let's see how this Cobra air support works out. Going straight for that enemy vehicle. I also want to grab Delta back, just so that we have a supply line actually going through here. Let's do that. So for now, they'll just head to Delta. Looks like they're getting some pretty good defenses in that forest. Come on. Oh, baby. Oh, they're suppressed, but I don't think we're doing much damage. Alright, a little bit of damage for sure there. Let's pull back. Let's pull back. I don't want this guy getting shot down. It's pretty amazing, though. Let's go ahead and just advance with our tanks. I think we can overwhelm them just because of their losses there. Delta's almost ours. And again, if you've gotten this far in the video, then I want you to put down below just NATO regiments. How about that? No, let's come with something cooler to say Cobra. Say Cobra down below if you've made it this far in the video. Got some more armor coming onto the field. I'm liking those Abrams. I really am. Let's try to take the airport terminal here. I think that's going to be our new grab. Oh, and look at that. A new task force. I want to bring in some more air support. Although, you know what? The command group may be exactly what we need at the moment. Can they bring in supplies? I'm guessing they probably can, right? So let's bring in the HQ. I think it's kind of a strange thing to get, but, you know, we might need it. And we'll bring in an additional M1 squad. Look at that. I was hoping we could keep them under sufficient fire to win this fight. Oh, there we go. Look out. Oh, I got hit from the side. Of course, I was always worried about that anti-air. We are going to retreat them, get them off this particular battlefield for now. We definitely need to bring in some more infantry. Get some over here. Get these guys on the ground and start hitting the enemy with AT rounds. We do have quite a few laws. Should be able to do some damage to enemy tanks. And it is a long shot, no pun intended. But again, we still need to try. Look at it. Quickly they knock down our tanks. Good shooting, good shooting. Let's actually go ahead and use the rally on that tank group. I mean, they're really holding out in the woods here. And I'd like to keep them in that position. And look at that. Beautiful. Enemy is retreating. All right, we are going towards the airport terminal now. Oh, maybe not. Looks like additional enemy approaching. I'm going to go ahead and start engaging. I'll also bring these tanks to kind of just hang out onto the highway there. Sure enough, another enemy tank column moving towards us. But NATO forces are doing an exceptional job with anti-tank operations. Hitting them in the side as well. I love that. Oh, yeah. Oh, ammo is low. This is why we need that, that's those support vehicles, but I'm not sure we're going to get them anytime soon. So instead, I'm just going to advance. Actually, we could also use some units over at Alpha. Our allies are not doing so great at capturing these positions, but, you know, I'm just actually going to cut Alpha off. Let's not send anyone to directly attack the area. Yeah, I think this is the right thing to do. We'll simply cut them off. Although, look at that. They do have quite a lot of resistance here. Oh, boy. Gotta be careful. Oh, wow. So that's, the mortar is out of rounds for sure. They've been at it for so long. I'm going to fall back with that tank unit as well. Again, I don't want to waste our men if we don't have to. Our HQ unit just take a hit, take a little beating. I think they did. All right, Bravo is actually falling under our control, so I believe we will have the terminal here very quickly. But they are advancing with quite a few units. This would be a good time to call in that A-10 barrage right on the edge of the airfield. Come on, baby. They might be able to call us off here. We are already popping flares. Yep. All right, not bad. Not bad. Did take out quite a few tanks. But it looks like the first attack wave was pretty much repelled. And yeah, that infantry wave has also been repelled. And look at that. Huge amount of Russians moving in here. Gonna engage, change the mode. Yeah, there's a massive attack coming our way. I'm gonna bring in some additional air support. I mean, that worked out pretty well the first time. And also some tanks. We need pretty much anything we can get right now. Nice. Stop that Russian column in its tracks, folks.
Zone captured.
We got it. So that zone was already kind of in our purview anyway. But just seeing how quickly we can snag onto these enemy tanks is awesome. There we go. Lots of reinforcements arriving. We need some infantry reinforcements. Come on. Retake Alpha. Right. In fact, I'm sending an M3 squad just to retake Foxtrot here. So yeah, the HQ definitely doesn't bring in any supplies. I'm assuming that what the HQ does is maybe bring in that rally option. That's about it. But let's rally. Let's see what happens. Rally up, boys. Let's get the helicopter out of here. He's done his job. Pretty much all we need from him. And we're going to retake Alpha. Send the M2 to retake Echo. We're not paying as much attention to these objective points. Let's start doing that. And again, he's going to Foxtrot. Hopefully they will retake these positions quite quickly so that we really start generating those points. Then I'm thinking we go for a concentrated attack on Bravo. Might as well advance with the tanks here. Give them a little scare. Come on. I like this. They're not making it past the airfield.
Zone captured.
Nice. Yeah, see, those zones are much more in our favor now. The issue is that the defensive forces over here are starting to fall apart. You know, we've been defending the area for quite a while, but we're getting very weak. Might as well use the points for something better as far as I'm concerned. Ooh, boy. Yeah, that is definitely hostile fire. We'll change modes here. Holy hell. You know what? A-10 bombs, please. Lots of tanks over here. We need as much help as we can get. Come on, guys. We need every M1 on this. That is amazing. Yeah, they got very aggressive there.
Zone captured.
Well played. Well played. I think the infantry are going to make it out. We need their sacrifice. And you know what? We're even going to drop some artillery over here on the enemy. Just everything we have, basically. As for these infantry, we will change their stance to out of the vehicle so that they can also assist here. Give us some AT support. Move up with the M3 as well. I know he's not made for this kind of combat, but everybody has to help in this situation. Nicely done. Nicely done. We need them to fight to the end, unfortunately, for them. And look at that. So, since we did retreat with quite a few tankers, we do get to bring on a fairly experienced group of them. What I'm going to do here is bring in some of that air support and some artillery support for later, for when the battle is truly underway. And look at that. Even their HQ is going to get caught up in the fighting, and I believe trapped here. There's no way that they are escaping. Oh, baby. Just unbelievable, the amount of burning vehicles. That's what I like to see. But to assure us of victory, I think it's going to be important for us to take that position, sort of take the fight to the enemy. Look at that, our tankers are fighting to the very end. I'm going to try to retreat with that last one, but I don't suspect he'll make it out. Alright, helicopter support. Look at that. Looks like Charlie will be under our control very soon here. Or some of these guys will have to head back. Advance. I need some more infantry, boys. Come on, give me infantry. Might be able to get some M2 in a few seconds. I think that counterattack went pretty well, though. From what I can tell, we're about to take these positions. We're gonna have to wait a bit for the M2.
Zone captured.
Okay, new objectives. I love that shift in objectives. Initially, I thought I'd find it kind of annoying. No, it's absolutely awesome. It just forces us to focus on new areas of the battlefield. Oh, look at that attack. Damn. Damn. At least we can bring in the infantry. Look at that. Definitely going to bring in some guided bombs. They do have anti-air weapons. So I'm actually going to try to target the Strelas, try to target the anti-air, which stops them from destroying our air units, basically. How simple is that? Let's also go ahead and drop another artillery attack. They are toast. They are toast, guys. I think we might have this one. Certainly hope so. Might as well bring the M3 over here. Actually, we could almost retreat with them. But we need some support over here. Oh boy, those infantry are not going to hold on for long. Let's bring those boys back. And just send the M1s in as quickly as possible. Get the hell away from this side of the map overall. Just don't need to be here. Start engaging whoever the hell that is. Nice. That infantry unit is going to have to head back to Moscow. They are not making it past this tree line. I think we should advance on this position. Ooh, we're going to retreat with that guy so that he can, of course, be a veteran in the next wave. But again, we shouldn't even be going this way. We should really just be heading west completely. Come on. Full push over here. Have the M3... Actually, you know what? The M3 is a reconnaissance unit. Even though he's pretty weak, he could still provide valuable information. So I'm going to advance with him. And yes, even the HQ is attacking here. Some of those infantry are coming back pretty well trained. I like that. And we've got additional tank units that we could bring in too. Let's make it happen. And look at that, even additional helicopter units. This is why you don't just keep guys in until they're completely destroyed. It does nothing for you in the game. They're reaching that point. Beautiful. I guess we can use the term liberating in this case. We are liberating the area for NATO. That's right, consumer goods are about to go up. But at least you can vote. So don't worry, we're here to help. Oh boy. I like that artillery support we are managing to get. But again, let's go for the airport over here. The lobby of the airport. And look at that. Once again, the Soviet HQ trying to push up and establish domination of this area. I'm trying to make that an impossibility. This is actually a perfect time for us to bring in some support. Let's actually change them into a ground fighting force. That's what I was looking for. And keep the attack up over here. I think that's sort of the last Russian attack. We're actually going to bring in some A-10 guided bombs. Because they've got a lot more pushing in over here. Oh, baby. Our helicopter fought to the very end. I'm still going to keep him fighting here. We need as much support here as possible. I think that's our air support. Yeah, look at that. They actually knocked one of our air support units out of the sky. But we completely stopped that push. It won't be coming back anytime soon. Alright, we are taking the airport terminal.
1 minute remaining.
Yep, Bravo is going to be the airport terminal, in which case we'd be completely over them points-wise. And let's just focus M106 fire right there at that BTR squad. Might actually bring the M2 back to fight as well. We'll get the guys out of the vehicles once we touch down in the woods. But look at that, the AH-1 is still fighting. We're still trying to help them hold the airport there. I think we're going to have to fall back with him pretty soon. Let's go. Get back home. Well, if I didn't know any better, I'd say we've managed to hold the Soviets back. But we will wait and see. We managed to capture territory from them, and I think the airfield is ours entirely. Only 7 seconds left. Yep, that should be a victory. Get 'em, boys.
Objective completed.
And there we go, guys. So it will be a blue victory. I love the amount of information in this game on casualties, you know, guys that did pretty well, etc. I mean, you know, some of these units even have pseudonyms. It's really, really interesting. As you can see, I just love that. Oh, sorry, BMP-1K. I thought they were going to give them unit names like Tiger Corps, etc. Still pretty cool. Look at that. Platoon 4 annihilated. Platoon 1, I see they just haven't added the pseudonym in this area. Fair enough. Zeitpunkt. You know what would be amazing is if you could actually write in your very own and just name these units Tiger Squad. Maybe that's something that's coming to the game eventually. I'd love it. In which case, I'd probably just add folks here, subscribers, especially members, onto the names of these units. How awesome would it be to see your name up here? Nonetheless, a really fantastic battle. I hope you guys had fun. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It really does help me out. Thanks a bunch.